Hello, my dear friends and my future customers. I highly recommend you to have a glass of wine today's beautiful evening and join me in this conversation about the cruises. I'm gonna share with you the tips and tricks and answer some of your questions because I see that you have a lot. For people who haven't traveled yet by cruises, I'm here for you. I'm a certified travel agent. I'm based in state of Missouri, but it doesn't mean that I work with clients only in Missouri. I work with clients from every state. Doesn't matter where you're located, you can reach out and I will be happy to help you to book your next vacation. Okay. This video will be in English because I know that a lot of my friends, co-workers, and so on, people who just watching me, they speak English, and I hope that everybody can understand me well, and this video will be helpful and you enjoy it. So guys, first of all, I would like to say that I like cruises a lot, and now it's actually become a little tradition that I'm making such videos every week and sometimes even several times a week and answer your questions and kind of share my experience with you guys about the cruises, cruise line, sports, and so on. In my previous videos, if you see them, I already explained a little bit about the Wi-Fi on board and some extra dining experience if it worth it, and I also discussed the drink packages with you guys. So let's take a look step by step at the cruises. I saw that some of you guys have questions about registration, check-in process, cruise excursions, how to get prepared, what to take with you on board, especially if you travel with kids. It's completely different story. I know because I'm a mother of two, and I might share with you some information as well from my experience, what I noticed. So guys, first of all, let's talk about the cruise ports. Well, before I become a travel agent, I didn't know how many cruise ports we have in United States. And you have to understand that the place where you live might not have that cruise port in your city. So you have to consider that if you would like to go on the cruise, you have to add 1 or 2 days plus to travel to that destination, and from that destination you take a cruise. So it may be not a pleasant news for you, but that it is what it is. So let's say if you would like to take a cruise to Alaska, you can do it only in Seattle. You won't be able to do it from Miami, let's say, or from Texas. So before I become a travel agent, I didn't realize that. I didn't know how many cruise ports we have, where they are located. And I was kind of naive because I thought that, oh, if I want to take the cruise to Europe, I will go from Florida, let's say, to Europe. And then, maybe it will take like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something. I thought, oh, it will be cool, just to swim there and enjoy my time on board and all kinds of stuff, like entertain myself with those shows and, swimming in the pool. But I was wrong, because if you guys want to take a trip and cruise in Europe or Asia, you actually have to fly to Europe destination from what port in Europe your ship is sailing. If it will be Italy or Barcelona or any other cruise port, it depends. There are plenty of them there, in Greece and in England even, all kinds of stuff. So learn this information before plan your vacation. That's why I'm here for you guys. If you don't have a travel agent yet, you can find one. I'm here for you guys, and I will be more than happy to answer all of your questions and help you to plan and explain everything about the trips, about destination, about cruise ports, and how to prepare for your trip, that you don't be disappointed and kind of, upset in how to manage your money as well on those shore excursions and stuff. So it's very important to discuss that, of course, with somebody who have that experience. That's why we get through those training. We're learning about destination and travel agents. We try to travel as much as we can. And now I try to do as many cruises as I can because I really like to do that. In one cruise, you can visit several countries, and it's amazing because it saves you more money than if you decide to just travel separately to those destinations. So it's amazing a way to spend time with your friends, family, with your kids as well, and kind of like reunion maybe during this time. And it's super cool, it's super great, and I highly recommend you guys, if you didn't try the cruise yet, try at least once. And again, we work with every cruise company that you may know about, or even if you don't know about, I will be happy to help you and explain the difference between those companies, why the price is different, and what destination they go into. Again, we get ourselves to business trips as well, and seminars and business, conference, and what's going on in the cruise industry. And that's why travel agent is very important job, because we have all the news that's coming every day. We get in a lot of emails and we read all of them, and we stay on top of what's going on in the world of travel. So this is my job and that's why I'm making this video. So guys, before you trip, you can take a look and decide for yourself what destination you want to go. And let's say a lot of people asking about Alaska cruises, Hawaii cruises. We have those as well, because I unfortunately haven't been on Hawaii yet, but I know that there are plenty of cruises from Los Angeles to Hawaii, and you can do that. As well as you can fly to Hawaii and take the cruise from Hawaii on those islands and see it that way. Because we have people who not allowed yet to travel internationally, and this is the way that they can take the cruise to Hawaii and see that, travel to Hawaii and then take a cruise from there. So, guys, many destination, whatever you can imagine. But if you say you want to travel to Asia and take a cruise to Asia, you have to choose the destination where you fly first, and then from there you take a cruise. So it needs to be considered, because it's extra money to your budget when you plan in your trip. Another part of that, there are many companies, and I'm getting familiarized with their destination because it's so many cruise ships and every company, and of course travel agent can remember all of them. But we have an understanding what company is different, what way the one company is different from another company, and where they go into. Not every destination is available from the same cruise ports. Not every cruise ships sail in the same days, let's say, or the same destination. Pretty much they almost the same, but they not. And of course, you always choose that cruise port that is closer to you, where you live. Always consider to come at least one day earlier before you cruise. Never do this mistake. I did it once, that I planned my trip on the same day when it was embarkation day. It's the huge mistake, because your flight might be delayed, your flight might be canceled, and if you don't have a trip protection, your vacation completely ruined, and it will be just a disaster and bad memories. So don't do that mistake. It's mistake number one. Of course, check all your passport and all your travel documents if it's not expired. Because this is very big mistake that I see all the time. And before I even start to talk to you and plan your trip and base my time, my first question to you will be always if you check your passport. So another thing that you're asking about check-in. How check-in process look like? Well, first of all, guys, you have to download the app. Whatever cruise line you choose, if it will be Princess Cruise Line, Carnival, MSC, Virgin Voyages, Royal Caribbean, or anything else, Disney. So most of them, they have an app that will help you to get all the information while you on board. And it's very convenient because you can upload the documents in there, you can have your picture in there, you can even correspond with your team if you travel with somebody, with your party, you know, like some other adults in your group or so. You can book excursion, you can see your bill through the app, you can order food through your app, and you can see the schedule for the day, all of the shows, what time the restaurants open, and what's going on, you know, so it's very handy. First of all, before your trip, download the app that you can see the information in there. Then, most of the time, check-in process is much easier than at the airport, because they will let you know in a separate email while you will print out the boarding pass what time you have to be in the port for embarkation, because they divide the people by groups and by time. Most of the time, there are a lot of people on the cruise ship. It might vary from 2,000 people to almost 5,000 people. So can you imagine if all of these 5,000 people will start to check in at the same time? So it's kind of, you know, it's a big crowd. And at that point, so the company resolve it in that way. They tell you know, groups to check in a different time, so it helps them to minimize that line and waiting time for you guys. So every time I was on the cruise, it was extremely easy. We get to the terminal exactly at the same time, and you guys have an hour to check in, and usually for everybody they will tell you again what time the terminal will be closed for check-in. So don't be late, plan accordingly. If it's a big city like LA or Miami, you know, or even Orlando, from Port Canaveral, it may take an hour until you get to the cruise. So depends on traffic. You have to consider the car crashes or something when the roads might be blocked, especially if you're traveling with kids. It's extra plus maybe hours if your kids are small, like toddlers or so. So until you get all of this, you know, suitcases, strollers, or whatever you else need, it's more time. So consider this as well. So on this check-in, you know, apps, people were asking me when we're gonna get our cruise cards or so. So most of the ships, they still using the cruise card that looks like your credit card. This is my MSC cruise card, and I was wearing it on such, you know, it's my souvenir from MSC. It's very convenient. I put it like this, and I have it with me all day, every day, while I'm working on the ship and on excursions. So make sure you don't lose that. So usually company, when you're checking in, they will give you that card on check-in date on your embarkation. And you will use this card. I mean, you can keep it any way you like, just make sure you don't lose it during your cruise, because you connect your credit card or debit card to this card, and it will be your key from your room, the same way as in a hotel. But also you can pay with this card everywhere on the board. And if something is included on your destination, like if you guys go into the private islands and there are some gift shops or so, or restaurants, that bars you can go, they will tell you if you can use the same card and pay there, that you're not, you know, taking your credit cards with you or your wallet with you. That is very convenient. So in such case, I mean, if you lose the card, it's not such a big deal if you lose your credit card. So this is how MSC operates. It will show you the name of the ship, the date of your travel, and the name of your stateroom, because on the cruise ship they call it staterooms. And it will show you if you have any number in there, what deck it is. And it's kind of also, so these cards, they also kind of like your ID when you're going outside in the port and there is customers control, right? So you always have to take this card with you, because you will not be able to go outside without this card on shore. So every time you're going outside, the cruise crew, they scan it, and your picture connected with that as well. And they see that you are from this ship, that you're not just random person. And again, you will not get back on board if they not scan this card. Other cruise ships like Princess Cruise or Virgin Voyages, they don't give you those cards. They give you, Princess Cruise has medallion, and it's like a round medallion thing. You can order it before your cruise. It's possible that they just ship it to you, and then you just will bring it with you on the check-in day. If you didn't do that, don't worry about it. So you can get it again at the check-in location, and you can use it like a wristband, like a watch, or you can use it like a necklace, or you can just pin it to your clothes if you want to, or there is different types of how to wearing it, which is very convenient. And they have accessory store on board, and then you might even buy some extra accessories for that medallion. So they have a different medallion class, and you can also open with this medallion, like a watch your room. You can also connect the credit card to this medallion and pay with that, just like scan it if you go in somewhere. And it's super convenient because it's waterproof. You probably can swim with that. With this medallion, and it's very convenient. It's much more convenient than taking this card with me, because I'm not gonna swim with that. And every time we go somewhere, I always was asking my kid, hey, did you forget it or not? And it's kind of, yes, it's a beautiful, it's beautiful thing. But I'm glad that some other cruise line, they found the solution how to change that. So I'm gonna try Princess Cruise maybe this winter and see what's going on in there. I know that Virgin Voyages, they have also bracelets, which is recycled, and you can take these cards with you home, and bracelets and medallion, and just keep it like a souvenirs that reminds you of your trips, which is very kind of cute thing. And you can collect them if you want to. It's just kind of like nice memories of your trip. So of course you guys have to remember that with you have to bring your boarding pass and all your paperwork, is the passports and stuff for everybody, of course. So usually the line in the terminals is not that long if you're not late, if you're not too early. Never was an issue with me personally to check in. It was super easy, and I did the video of that as well. You can check it out on my Instagram. You can check it out on my Facebook. So it was very fast, and I never have any issues. They just pretty much check that your date of birth is correct. This is the most important thing, that your name is correct, and they just give you the some paperwork just to carry with you, information about kids camps or something like that, and just wish you the good trip. I have a lot of other stuff to explain and talk about, but I don't want to make this video too long that you're not getting tired, guys. So another thing that I highly recommend you to consider what to bring with you on board or not, because one of the questions was if I can bring alcohol. Well, you have to consider that's why, I don't understand why people have to bring those alcohol bottles with you on board instead of just go and start enjoying your day, because the glass of wine or the bottle of beer is not that expensive at all, guys. It's just about $10 plus minus to consider, instead of just carrying these heavy bottles with you and try to smuggle them, in the cruise terminal, which I don't recommend. I mean, there are some companies that allowed you to bring something with you on board. I know that they don't allow to bring any food. You have to consider, of course, that if you travel with babies and for that specific, I'm not sure exactly what you can bring. I'm sure you can bring, you know, formula or some, you know, baby food. Probably won't be you know, like taken away from you or something, but like drinks or, you know, some irons or some, you know, stuff like that. The, you know, how to say, those you know, hair dryers or stuff, you don't need that because it's available in your room. So guys, again, asking questions, it's good. There is no, you know, dumb questions or something. I always will be happy to answer as much as I know, and I will continue to do those videos for you guys and answer your questions. In other video we can discuss about short excursions, and you know, I will give you some advice about that. That's all for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you on your next cruise. Bye bye.